coming out of the accrual, so it comes out of the program. So we would accrue the 80 cents a pound. Does that make sense? And then
Tags are included.
included in the program with the accrual.
So in other words, the tags are part of the 80 cents. Is that what you're saying?
We would,
So if you use 100 tags, so instead of her getting back 80 cents, it would be whatever those tags cost would come out of the 80 cents. Is that a true statement?
that's how we had designed the program.
Okay.
But this is beginning of the conversation, so we can find out what's important to you. Obviously, we don't want tags to make or break a deal. That's how we had originally done it, because that's usually industry standard.
Well, we're among the
Non-industry.
normal standard.
And
When
again,
you talk about when a store has turnover of deli managers and they have a new store manager in, a new store manager out, we decide to have a new olive, we decide to take out an olive. There's constant,
Change.
I need new
Signs
tags, I
get
need
lost
new
all the
tags,
time.
all the time.
Just so that you
All the
know,
time.
we are the people who took Delalo's business at Ahold, Delalo's business at Delhaize.
I don't care who took what.
Okay,
What I
but-
care about is when a store wants tax
But this is what I'm
program.
getting at.
I don't want to have to say, oh, it's coming out of your 80 cents. I don't want to hear, we don't have the money right now, you have to buy a couple more cases. I don't want to hear, you know what I hear when I say, Joe, I need tags over here. They'll be there tomorrow, Joyce.
and if that's
Done.
something that's important to you,
Done. I don't want to hear
Kevin's people,
yes,
and what we do with
that. Kevin's
them.
people are fantastic.
Right.
we would
But
have
if you can
supply.
supply them,
I know
No,
what you're
they'll
saying.
have it with them.
These
So
are
they don't have to
okay.
worry. They
In-
don't go
Okay.
there carting it.
okay?
In the past, what we've done,
That would help.
Right.
Because Kevin's people are in our stores
Yes.
a lot.
we usually bring the what I've done in the past, not only do merchandisers go out there, whenever we would get new accounts, we'd bring the merchandisers in, teach them about the olives. So
Okay.
that way they're passionate about them, they understand them. We would give them a supply of every variety of tags, point of sale material, they would keep everything in their trunk. They are completely armed at all times.
Do you also come out to train stores?
I have
and-
done that. I've done that personally.
Mm.
So I've done it with every
We do a
level of,
sanitation.
That's a big thing.
we do
Big thing.
a book on olive, university on basics from the 101, where you need to stir an olive
We have
every
books.
2 hours.
I gotta tell you, I have books.
We make
I have,
Yes.
I have a book that Delalo prepared exclusively for our stores about what we're doing, how we're promoting, what the display should look like, when a POS comes in,
All the
where to
programs.
put it. I mean, it was like
Nice job.
huge.
Very nice.
Huge. And has my codes, CNS's codes, the pack size, the picture of the item, the ingredients in case somebody lost their card. And then it also has in here their store numbers. Oh, the repack program, how to do this, how to load. I mean, I have covered this is our store list, the stores with the planogram, to the point where this was a program that went out without a hitch.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
And also how to keep up your olive bar.
It's everything
So-
in one book.
One book, and then it was in a box, and in the box was the POS, and in the box was the cards, and in the box was each individual little information and pamphlet. Where's the pamphlets?
Right behind you.
Right behind you.
Yes, these.
Customized to your,
They had the box, and we launched this, and that's a very important way how to communicate everything in a book for us, and how to speak to our stores, so that when Harry
makes it simple.
and
Yes.
Ken and Rob go to store number 659. Well,
That's their Bible.
that's their Bible. They're gonna go into it because they're busy men. They got a lot on their mind. They gotta worry about this one over here. So they're gonna go up to 659 and they're gonna say, "What's that? What's that olive? That doesn't look like what this picture is." And now
Yes.
the store's got to answer to this.
How often is it updated? Quarterly?
This was a yearly program that we want to do.
And that's something
So-
we would be able to provide with the program.
That's expensive. So is that
That-
gonna be part
I'll
of the
tell you
80
what,
cents a
the-
pound crawl?
This right here,
Yeah.
we have all of this information. We could put it all together in one book for you.
Okay,
We have all of this, and again, industry standard, everybody who does olives does planograms. You have an 8, a 10, a 12, an 18, half pans, quarter pans.
Right.
Whatever. We have all that. We could put it in books and identify it by your store numbers. All of this stuff, anybody who does olives.
We can improve on this.
Yeah, we could make
But
it,
what about the cost of them?
yeah,
It's on us.
if it's important to you and you need
it's
it,
very important.
then we
Yeah.
can do it.
Very important.
Then we can do
Okay,
that.
we want to make it as
Mhm.
simple.
Because especially launching, now
Yes.
you're gonna take over somebody's business.
And not only that, we could actually find out what you don't have in here and we can add it in. Or we could even simplify things that might be a little more challenging. Like sometimes when they talk about the olive maintenance, what I used to like to do, instead of going and finding the olives and which ones turn, I used to group them. All of these olives you turn every 2 hours, you know what I mean? Or like you put like items together. Like all items that are in oil need to be turned every 2 hours. So you go up and after a while they say, oh, this is an oil-based olive. This one is,
You know, the biggest question
brine. It has
is,
to be submerged.
how long can I keep those olives in my case? I'll bet you it's not covered there. Simple things, like I told you my son works in the wall-bound store, okay? And he comes back and asks me questions, okay?
Get out.
They don't teach him anything, man.
Go ask him if this book
They
is
took
in
the
this.
olive bar out. Well, that's not. I asked, trust me. It's top secret.
Keep shaking your head. That's how you ruin good collars.
You know, you try, you really try.
Forget it.
You don't want his
Not worth the
resume.
aggravation.
Sometimes I don't have the muscle.
Right.
No,
On his
no.
resume, it was interesting. He just showed it to he's applying for universities and everything, and he showed his resume on it. He says, you know, working in Wallbounds and a deli clerk, and I have to memorize the sales. Okay, I said, Pat, you are the only person I ever heard that in all my life. He says, well, you have to know what you're talking about to the customers.
Right.
He says,
He said that? Really?
That's
That's
great.
great. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
said, "You must have
impressive.
got it from me."
Joyce would love every one of
I
her.
love him.
She would
Yes.
love every one of her guys to do that.
Yeah.
My
Do,
house.
do they go through a training now?
No.
For the olives?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, they would love it.
No, they
They would.
stamp your card, go behind the counter.
Right.
First day when he was working there, they put him on a slicing machine. The kid never sliced.
Oh,
Oh my
meats.
God.
Yeah, that's great.
What if he hurt himself?
Right.
He's too young to do a slice.
Training.
No, he was 22.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I says I would be called Mr. Wallbounds.
Then we'd have an olive program.
Right.
But anyway, going back to all of this information, you can give them a great program. You can wrap it up in a pretty box.
Yes.
Make it accessible to them.
We could make this even, I've done books in the past where we've even made them a little bit more smaller and perhaps a little bit thicker, just so that way it's, you know,
Yeah.
not so big. But we can make it bigger, smaller.
Yeah,
I can give you ideas of what I've done in the past,
We have done.
but it's
and
all of this
communicated.
information.
Right.
I got a
The
question.
same
And that's,
stuff.
and that's one of the things is, all of you taking our program and say we convert over. And then you were gonna launch things like this, because we've done it. What makes you think that you're gonna grow the olive business for us? Because we're
That's
not
the
gonna do
difference.
this unless you're gonna grow the olive business and charge me less.
But this isn't just.
And that's
So
where,
those are the two things
those are our
that I'm
challenges.
looking for.
So,
Increase profits and increase
and
sales.
drive, yeah, increase profit and drive sales. So as we put together this program, and we've been talking the last few weeks, the only way to do that, remember, people can only make a decision based off of the
Right, but are
information
you
we
gonna
provide
go
them.
into, are you gonna go into either, every
You
one of my
have-
stores that have a four, step trio? Are you gonna make sure that they're keeping that up? Are you
Let me-
gonna
let me- let me
understand
tell you
that
something.
when 659 doesn't have his trio up?
Let me tell you something. Patty,
Yeah?
okay, when we took our hold on, okay,
Mhm.
she gave the broker an assignment, which she was done every week, every single store. That report had to come back
I
to her.
look at every report, they have to
She-
check, I go through them, and I highlight, I would go through every report
All the correct signs.
on my
are.
own time at
Do
home,
they
I have
have
no
all
time
the
during the
K?
day.
What is the temperature of the case? all the POS materials.
Why is this olive not here? Why is that not
That
there?
broker and that person knows that they're coming in and they gotta fill this out, okay, they gotta sign that, okay? And they're on top of it, okay? It's not like you see them once a month and say, all right, well, you didn't have